Good morning, everybody. I believe everybody got the information, and please keep in touch hard and in the office of your advisors so that you do not miss any important thing. Yes, so actually we will not allow advise you, we will not be able to advise you for how many courses we will be taking and what courses will be taken. So you should work with them to make your plan ahead of time. So our slides are frequently being updated. So if you downloaded these slides a while ago, so I like you to get rid of previous downloaded copies and get new versions. Okay. So in our last lectures, we were discussing repetition structures. We completed selection structures and repetition structures. Actually, selection structures and repetition structures and functions, okay, along with like data type, these are the startup. So these are the foundation of a programming language. So if you understand these steps in one language, then it will be easy for you to start programming and switch to another language. For instance, most of the stuff you will see in say almost same in C++ or C Sharp and Java. But for Python, there are some minor differences. But if you know these stuff in one language, then it will be easy for you to learn these stuffs in other languages. Okay, so I gave you a homework. This one. I asked you to practice this problem. How many of you did have a chance? One. Okay, thank you so much. I'd like one to come here and do tip demo. Anyone wants to come here? You want to come in? Yeah. You don't need a computer. Okay, so I like to make it easy for you. The course are written over. So the program asks you to enter a number, for instance, 327. And your task is to reverse the number. This digit will come first, and this digit is the middle digit. And for now, you know already how to take enter. That you already know this. Okay, so we want to discuss only this part. There are three, actually I'm getting three. So in the previous section, all the students discussed. So if this writing that is okay, but I discouraging the mistake. Yeah, if space is not allowed, if you really want to give a space, keep on. Okay. Or I like to use space, like this is in uppercase. Well, this is easy, right? Last, we can read it out. Last digit. Okay, last equal to this. And one, all languages, almost all languages are case sensitive. If you declare a variable with, for instance, previously it was D in lowercase, right? But here D is in uppercase. You will get an error in your program. But sometimes if as overskip or exceed in interest, but please be careful. Another thing that when I saw this, that we discussed that from the beginning that, for instance, all of the keywords, integer, float, double, these must be the keywords. Okay, I'm not sure that some of you I don't I would really it but in future I don't know. I'd like you to explain this. Explain this. How that is the point. To explain these three lines, how it works.
So basically, what this line is that wherever number that was in.
For instance, 327, I will put.
Okay, yeah, so 327. So it's taking number 327, the modulus of 10, which is and
yes.
Okay. So this right here is basically getting just the end of the next line for the reverse is
Okay, I have reverse already 0, set up 0.
And then it's adding, so we're just reversing this, right?
No.
I just know like this part is just adding. I don't know how to explain it.
You just memorize. Okay, let me explain. Thank you so much.
Yeah, I
Thank you so much. What's your name? Megan, okay. Let's keep. Thank you, Megan. Actually, I want to explain these ones. So I do not encourage you to memorize code. Although some part I asked you to memorize. For instance, how to use a scanner. Memorize this, okay? Still, it is not time that you will understand how the scanner method works until you take your next course. But here, our main algorithm is here. Okay. For instance, if we take a number, if we input a number, for instance, what is the number? 327. So if my number NUMBER equal to 327. Okay. So that within do loop, what I'm doing my last digit, okay, is by default 0. And my last digit will be number modulo 10. So this number modulo 10 will give us 7. So we will get our last digit 7. And here we initial variable reverse is 0 initially. So then what we are doing here in this line, we are multiplying 0, initially 0 by 10. 0 times 10 equal to plus last digit equal to 7. Okay, so we got my reverse number equal to 7 over here. And now we are checking, we are doing numbers equal to number equal to number divided. Actually, what we are doing here, we are just getting rid of the last digit. So then we get only this third. For instance, in a situation, if we had only one digit, for instance, like only 7, then we did not have, right? So then our reverse number will be 7, and then in one loop it will print. But when we have more than one, so then number equal to number by 10 integer value, so it will give us, for instance, 32. So now remember that after the first iteration, last digit 7, we got our reverse value equal to 7, we got our number 32, right? So since my number 32 is 0, so then it will take me to the do loop again. So in the second iteration, what it will do last digit equal to number 10, okay? 32 modulo 10, we will get 2, right? Digit in the second iteration, last digit will be 2, and the reverse will be reverse time 10, 7 times 10, 70 plus my last digit. Last digit equal to 2, then 72, right? Okay. And number will be number divided by 10. 32 divided by 10 will be 3, right? So we got, after second iteration, we got our last digit 2, we got our reverse equal to 72, and we got our number equal to 3. So here, still my number equal 3 is greater than 0, right? So we will go to the third iteration. In the third iteration, my last digit will be my number modulo 3, 3 modulo 10, number modulo 10, 3 modulo 10 will be 3. And my reverse time 10, my reverse was, remember, that's 72, right? 72 times 10, 720, right? Plus last digit equal to 3. So we will get 723. And my number will get 3, 10, integer value will be 0. Then in this case, after third iteration, my number will be 0, right? So then no more. At this point, we get the reverse number equal to, we got already 7. Okay. So this way, so this is a way, this is an algorithm to number. You may find another way to solve this problem. Okay, but if it was a string instead of a number, for instance, okay, so for string, a group of letters or characters that is enclosed by double quotation, that is called a string. For string operation, there are some built-in methods like string reverse method. It's easy to use string reverse method to reverse a string. But one thing that you can do, that you can convert this number into corresponding string and put in a string reverse method. The way we encourage it in lecture. So although there might have some built-in method, in this course we are learning how to develop an algorithm, right? How to solve a problem from scratch. So even copy some codes from anywhere, other place, or from online or other resources, I like you to understand, spend some time to be clear. So every week, if you understand one problem, that will be beneficial for you, then you memorize 10 problems. Or you get copy and paste and just run it 20 problems. So the only way people learn programming and solving problem just by practice. There is no shortcut. I learn that way, other people learn that way. Okay. I believe at this point we are at the middle, almost middle this course. You should get interest. Is there anyone that do not feel any in programming? Anyone here that you are not feeling interest in this course? Okay, if you feel shy, please send an email or see me or see your advisor. Discuss your advisor if you really do not find any interest in this course. We know that this is the very first course, right? And you should get interest from now. And if you find it, then you spend hours after hours practicing program. And when you feel interest in it, then you will see that you will yourself will find a change in your routine or your activities. For instance, if you find interest in, you will not spend enough time on social networking or hanging with your or other people or less important stuff. You will spend your time in programming. Remember that, for instance, if you understand one problem in 1 week, so up you will understand, for instance, 52 weeks a year or at least 40 problems, right? If you understand 100 problems, so 100, for instance, one of this is one of them, then you will be good to crack an interview. Only 100. So within 4 years, if you understand 100 problems, the way is that spend even at a week to understand a problem. Okay. For instance, if you understand this, then you can do another something else. For instance, if you are asked to find sum of these digits, can you do that? For instance, instead of displaying the numbers in reverse order, if you are asked to add the numbers, add 3 plus 2 plus 7, it will show us 12, right? There will be little change in this code. And this, then try that one, that way. Okay. Or for instance, some of the numbers, some of the digits that are odd one from this problem. What are the digits that are odd only here? 3 and 7, right? If you add up 3 and 7, then it will give you 10. So the foundation is this one. If you understand this one, how to reverse the number, then if you do little bit change in one line or two line, if you add or edit, then you will be able to add these numbers, add these digits, or some of the even digits, some of the odd digits. Then you got 3 problems. You learn 3 problems, right? So like 100 in a start, make your target to learn 100 problems in your entire 4 years. Then you will crack the job interview. Okay. Anyone has any questions so far for this one? Okay, today I want to discuss with some more problems with for loop see like iteration and iteration. So for this is a simple program. If we run this program, okay, and then it will pass output from 1 to 5 in this way, in the triangular way. Okay, so let us understand this way. We run this program, I think it will give us this result. So what we are doing over here, we have here is called for loop, one for loop, and then another for loop. The for loop is called outer for loop, and the second one is called inner for loop. So whenever we have multiple for loops, one for loop within another for loop, the inner for loop will be executing first. This one, yeah, and it should be closed first. For instance, sometimes if we order some from Amazon or online, you see that our items are delivered within a packet, small packet. Small packet is put within another large packet sometimes, right? Package or box. How the boxes are enclosed, are taped. The inner box is taped first, right? And then after that, when they tape the inner box, then they put the inner box within outer box, large box, and then they tape the large box. Without closing or taping the inner box, they cannot tape the larger or output outside box. Same thing, same technology is here. Whenever we have an inner loop, we have to work on it fast. We need to be careful how it will be closed. For instance, the inner loop, for instance, here I initially will be 5, starting from 5, and then j starting from 0. Okay, so that's mean from 1. Okay, and it says j is that or equal to I. So initially, my first phase I equal to 5, and j will be starting from 1 to 5. Okay, and it will be printing j, and then there is giving a space. Okay, so after that, it is giving you a new line. So the new line will here, and then you see that after this new line, we have this inner loop, outer loop closing. Means after printing this one time, it will go to the for loop, outer for loop again, and it will increase it, so decrease it by 1. So then it will be j will be 4, I will be 4. So then j will be from 1 to 4. So this way it program works. I like you to do practice in this program, okay, and try to understand how it happens and make some changes, like try to print in different way, different angle, in different shape, okay, like this different kind of pyramid size, and understand how to do this. For instance, if we convert this program in C#, what changes we need to do? Taking C# lab. To make change only in 2 places, right? In our main method, system.out.println will be replaced with console.writeline, right? It's easy, right? I need to show it. You can do it, right? Okay. Okay, but if I want to this with C++, what changes we need to do? People taking C++ lab. Okay. Who are taking C++ lab? Yeah, please raise your hand. Help me. Not count. C out. Okay, let me click new REPL plus and inner out for loop example 1. Here I want to convert those code. You see that it is showing me an error. In Java code, we need to make changes here and here, right? Okay, people who are taking C sharp, please tell C++, please tell me what changes we need to do. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Colon. Okay, we need to do. We need to do, right? We can do this, or we can do ENDL, right? End line is something like this. Within double quote. Okay, and then we need these stuffs here, right? We need these stuffs here, right? We don't parentheses, and still it is don't need this one, but okay, still it is showing an error. Hmm? Yes, so C++ does not allow plus sign to concatenate a number with a string. Yeah, but luckily Java and C Sharp, Python, all modern languages have this. Okay, so we need to use cout. Why the ENDL is not working? std : ENDL. Okay, std : so instead of, for instance, if I do like this way, using names std, right? Is this part working? Okay, so then in this case we don't need this std. We don't need this. Okay, using namespace std, I used to write this way. You got this output, okay? And I think in C sharp, people will be able to do that, to distance that is easy. C sharp, you just need to use console.writeLine. So anybody has any question about this? I like you to do practice this one so that, for instance, your next term will be, you want to display it in different order. And you see that this is one kind of triangular. Try to understand to display in another kind. Okay, or sometime maybe instead of putting J, you can put star. Let me see. Okay. Just if here star, then you will show me star. That's a little bit. Okay. So this program has inner loop and outer loop. Okay. Yes. This is another problem. If we run this problem, it should show us permutation table. This is another problem. If we run this problem, I'm trying to concise in one line. Okay. This will show me permutation 5p5, okay, equal to 120, p4, like this way, 5p4, I mean this way. You understand this, right? Permutation 5 p 5 equal to what? You know that the general formula is n p r equal to factorial of n divided by factorial of n divided by factorial of n minus r. This is the factorial sign. So 5p5 equal to factorial 5 divided by factorial 0. Factorial of 0 equal to 1, right? Okay. Let's go another problem. Okay, now I want to ask is something like a more complicated program. Okay, we will discuss how to display a series of prime numbers, for instance, up to a certain numbers. How to find a series of prime numbers to 25. So what is the simplest way to find a prime number? Can anyone help me with this? How do we know that a number is not a prime number? Let us try that. What is the way to find a number is a prime number? We can start with the reverse order. If we understand how to find out who number is not a prime number, then we can understand. That if a number is not a prime number, well, modulus of what? Any other idea? Find a number is a number or not a prime number. Anything you can tell me. That's good. So if a number has more than two divisors, right? We know that every number has at least two divisors. The number itself and one, right? But if we get one more divisor, right, then the number is not a prime number, right? That is a good way, naive way, right? Okay, so we can follow that way. So here actually what we are doing over here, the main calculation. So we know that in prime number, if it is divisible, by the way, all prime numbers are odd number except 2, right? 2 is even number, that is prime, but all other prime numbers are odd numbers. Okay, so here we are starting from 2 and we are going to less than that number because we know that the number will be divisible by the number itself. So we are not using equal sign here. And we know that the number is divisible by 1, so we are not starting from 1. So this is our starting point and this is our ending point. So if a number is divisible by t, that means 2, right? So then that is, I said initially I put a variable is prime equal to 0, then is prime equal to 0. Actually, before that I checked is prime equal to 1. Okay. Then that means the number is a prime number. Okay, sorry. If the number divisible by with modulo d equal to 0, then it is not a prime number. Main checking point. And the other steps over here, okay, just I used, since I am getting a set of prime numbers up to 25, so this is why I give the outer for loop. Okay, if you do not need to find a series number, just you need to use this. Here this problem can be solved in different ways. So here I put each prime number into 0 or 1. This is called a flag. Use this as a Boolean variable. We will make true or false this value. Okay, one thing that I want to explain over here, you see that I have a label. This position, label loop 1, then after colon, that means a label. Sometimes in some languages it works for label. That means I say break loop 1. Okay. So that means if my number is greater than or 25, then it will break loop 1. That means it will break this for loop. And use a break over here. So let me run this program. If we run this program, then we will get 2, 3. These are the series of prime numbers up to 25 is okay, not it's a set of numbers. To 25 is like this. If we understand this, so if I change 225 to 250, then it will work. Numbers. So spend some time and try to understand this problem, or sometime if you find you may find a different method or different algorithm to solve this problem. Anyone has any question? Okay, so let us practice one more. Okay, in our next lecture, we will discuss Fibonacci series. Yeah. Another way to maybe solve this problem. 327. Okay, you see that I have another algorithm over here related to this different than that one. Solve this problem. What we are doing, just we are displaying the right digits. Okay, thank you, sir. And we will see you next week. Next. Okay, thank you, sir.